returns this coming week following from the international break with some zingers of matches this weekend to look forward to. And we're going to take a look at all of them today. We're taking a look at Matchday. What is it? Number 4, of course, over in Italy. And we'll get that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button, bang it. All things Serie Aand related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one Rooski. That's right. Some zingers are on the agenda this coming week, and we'll take a look at all of them in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. Give me bang up to all things Rovers related, of course. And of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. You know who you are. But anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's get into the meat of the matter and talk about this coming weekend's action. Now, before we get into this, a bit of a disclaimer. Stop right there, of course. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to provide you with the results from the last weekend's matches because I'm going to be out and a body blout. So just want to make sure that you do have a prediction video ready so you can continue providing with your updates, whether it's via the Super Brew or via our own custom-made prediction league. So make sure you continue to do what you do. And of course, we'll bring you the best video that we can, even though we're recording it ahead of time. Of course, things will be back to normal very, very soon. But until then, let's carry on. Now that you're bang up to date, we'll return to the video and, of course, return to this coming weekend's action. And, of course, as you might know now, I cannot bring you bang up to date with the results. I cannot bring you bang up to date with, of course, the prediction league or the table. So we're going to jump into it and have a look at the next round of games in just a second. I have a little bit of a punt here from promo for the prediction league. It is still free. It's still enter. We will bring you bang up to date. All right, then, let's kick it off then. And, of course, looking forward to this weekend's action and take a look at those. Some zingers in there. We've got Juve, Lazio. We've got Inter Milan up against AC Milan. Some Bobby Dazzlers to look forward to. So where do we begin? We begin right here, right now, with one of the zingers. It is, of course, Juventus. It is, of course, Lazio. It is, of course, Saturday, September the 16th. Now, these two sides, according to my eyes, played each other 72 times since 1993. We've got 39 wins to Juve, 18 wins to Lazio, and we've got 15 draws. Of course, biggest win for Juventus, 6-1 win, scored 117 goals in those 72 games, 1.63 goals game ratio. Up against Lazio, their biggest win, 4-0 win, scoring 77 goals in those 72 games, 1.07 goals game ratio. Of course, Lazio, though, terrible start to the season as of recording. Remember, I'm recording this on the 1st/2nd of September, 19th in the table, 0 points on the board, up against Juventus, who, of course, 6th in the table. Sorry, 6th in the table with 4 points, 83% form for them as well. Last round, though, over at the Allianz Stadium, was a 1-0 win for Juventus. That was back in February 2023. The last time Lazio picked up a win over in Turin. We're going to have to go... When are we going to have to go? We're going to go after the Super Cup. No, it wasn't Super Cup. It was back in October 2017, 2-1 win for Lazio, way back when. The odds are for this one right here, right now. We've got 2017 on is just Juventus. They're favoured. 12-5 is the draw. 7-2 is your sorry ball here. And sorry for that. You're going to go 3-1 down on this one. Juventus take 3 points. And again, moving the chains as well. Next up, we have the other zinger. Straight at you, of course. Ain't mucking about. Ain't teasing it. It's straight in there. It is, of course, Inter up against AC. Of course, the Giuseppe Meazza played each other 75 times in 1983. 32 wins for Inter. 24 wins for AC. And we got 19 draws as well. Excuse me. Biggest win for Inter was a 4-0 win, 104 goals, scored in those 75 games and 1.39 goals game ratio. Up against Milan, 6-0 win their biggest, 89 goals scored in those 75 games, 1.19 goals game ratio. Of course, AC are top of the table as of recording, 83% form for them, winning 5 on the bounce. Meanwhile, Internazionale are on 92% form over the last 6. They are third, 6 points on the docket, again as of recording, and of course winning 5 on the bounce as well. Last time around when Inter were hosts, of course, it was in the Champions League semi-final was, of course, a 1-0 win for Inter. Last time I played each other in the league, over in Giuseppe Meazza, it was, of course, a 1-0 win as well. In fact, Inter won 4 in the bounce in all competitions, including a Super Cup final as well. AC Milan's last victory was when they were hosts back in September 2022. The odds are for this zinger, of course, it is 5-4 is your Inter, of course, 12-5 is your draw, 21-10 is your away win here. We're going to go with a 2-2 draw here, point apiece. I don't know who will favour that one, really. Who will enjoy that the most? Next up, we have Genoa. Do you know what I mean? Up against Napoli, of course, coming at you over at the Luigi Ferraris. Of course, played each other 46 times since 1993. We've got 9 wins for Genoa, 22 wins for Napoli. We've got 15 draws, of course. Genoa, biggest win, 4-1 win for them. 48 goals scored in 46 games, 1.04 goals game ratio. Up against Napoli, 6-0 win their biggest, 73 goals scored in those 46 games, 1.59 goals game ratio. Of course, Napoli, champions, of course, sitting second in the table right now. 4 wins on the bounce, 92% form for them on the moment. Genoa, though, in 11th in the table, 3 points on the docket, 67% form for them, heading into this as well. Last round over at the Luigi Ferraris, it was a 2-1 win for Napoli, of course, who won 4 of the last 5 between these two sides. Of course, the odds right here, right now for this one, we have 70-4 is your Genoa, 20-13 on is your Napoli, of course, 14-5 is the draw here. 1-0 win, squeaky bum win for Napoli, but of course, 3 points in the bag. They'll be happy with that. Next up, we go into Sunday's games at Cagliari up against Udinese, of course, on the 17th of September. Now, these two sides have played each other 44 times since 1983. We've got 11 wins for Cagliari, 25 wins for Udinese, and we've got 8 draws as well. Cagliari, managed by Ranieri, of course, 3-0 win their biggest, 48 goals scored in those 44 games, 1.09 goals game ratio. Up against Udinese, managed by Scoletti, of course, 25, what have we got here? 5-1 win their biggest, 79 goals scored in those 44 games, 1.80 goals game ratio. 58% form though for Udinese, just 1 point on the board, 16 in the table, 58% form for them right now. Cagliari, 1 point on the board, 15 in the table, and 67% form for them heading into this as well. Last round at the Unipol Domus, it was a 4-0 win for Udinese. That's back in December 2021. Meanwhile, the odds here, 9-5 is Cagliari, 11-8 is Udinese, and 5-2 is the draw here. 1-1 for me on this one, point apiece. Another one in the bank, you would imagine. Next up, we have Frosinone up against Sassuolo, of course, coming at you on Saturday. Scrap that, Sunday, September the 17th. Played each other 10 times, done 8-6 with Sassuolo, nothing for Frosinone, and 4 draws, of course. Frosinone, 12 goals scored in those 10 games, 1.20 goals game ratio. Up against Sassuolo, 3-0 win their biggest, 22 goals scored in those 10 games, 2.20 goals game ratio. They're on 42% form as of recording. That's a couple of wins and a couple of defeats the last 4. Up against Frosinone, of course, 67% form for them in 10th with 3 points on the docket thus far. Last round, the Owen Frosinone, it was a 2-0 win for Sassuolo back in December 2018. It's been a while, guys. Last round, the odds here, 70-10 is your Frosinone, 25 is a draw, 6-4 is your away win here. Another tight one, but going with the hosts here. 1-0 win, turn it around, 3 points in the can, and away they go. Next up, we have Monza up against Lecce, of course, coming at you over in Monza at the Stadio Bretano. Of course, played each other 8 times in 1988. 2 wins for Monza, 3 for Lecce, 3 draws, of course. Monza's biggest win, 1-0 win, scoring 4 goals in those 8 games, 0.5 goals game ratio. Up against Lecce, 3-0 win, their biggest, 7 goals scored in those 8 games, 0.88 goals game ratio. They're on 75% form for Lecce right now, 7th in the table, unbeaten thus far, with 4 points as of recording. 50% form there for Monza right now, 1-1 lost 1 so far this season, 1-3 lost 3 over the last 6 as well. Last round though, in Monza, it was a 1-0 win for Lecce back in May 2023. That was in Serie A. The odds for this coming at you right here right now. We've got 11-10 is your Monza, 23-10 the draw, 5-2 is your away win here. We're going to go a 2-1 win. Monza on this one, take it to the bank, and moving up the way they go. Fiorentina up against Atalanta, a bit of a cracker on a Sunday night. That's right, these two sides have played each other 51 times in 1985, 22 wins for Fiorentina, 11 wins for Atalanta, and we've got 18 draws, of course. Fiorentina, biggest win, 5-0 win, 81 goals scored in those 51 games, 1.59 goals game ratio. Up against Atalanta, 3-0 win, 58 goals scored in 51 games, 1.14 goals game ratio. They're on 58% form for Atalanta at the moment. We've got 3 points on the books, 1-1 lost 1 so far this season. Again, recording this ahead of time. Fiorentina, 67% form for them. They're on 5th in the table, 4 points on the board, looking A-OK right now. Last round at the Stadio Armando Franchi, it was a 1-1 draw back in April 2023. The odds for this coming at you on, of course, Sunday, September the 17th, 11-8 is your Fiorentina, 15-8 is your Atalanta, and 12-5 is the draw. 1-1 for me on this one. Point in the bag a piece. Which way do you go? Let me know down below. Next up, we have Roma against Empoli. Roma needs some results going and fast. Played each other 27 times in 1987. We got 20 wins for Roma, 2 for Empoli, 5 draws, of course. Roma, biggest win, 3-0 win for them, 51 goals scored in those 27 games, 1.89 goals game ratio. Up against Empoli, 17% form for them right now, 1-1 lost 5. Of course, their biggest win over Roma, 1-0 win, 20 goals scored, and 0.74 goals game ratio heading into this. Last time around, over in the Stadio Olimpico, it was a 2-0 win for Roma, won 4 in the bounce, actually 6 in the bounce against Empoli, and look forward to this one. I imagine the odds right here right now, we got Roma 29 on for the victory, 10-3 draw, 6-1 is your long shots. Gonna go Roma here, get the finally get the wheels moving, following on from a staggered start as well. Next up we have Salernitana up against Torino. That's on Monday, September the 18th. Played each other 14 times in 1987, 6 wins for Salernitana, 4 wins for Salernitana, 6 for Torino, 4 draws, of course. Salernitana 2-0 win, their biggest, 10 goals scored in 14 games, 0.71 goals game ratio. Up against Torino, 4-0 win, their biggest, 18 goals scored in 14 games, 1.29 goals a game ratio, of course. 50% form for Torino at the moment, 1-1 lost 1 so far. Scrap that. They've actually just picked up 1 point thus far this season, but 50% form over the last 6, 1-2 lost 2 and drawn 2. Salernitana though look A-OK to double draws as of recording, 75% form for them as well heading into this. Last round they're over at Salernitana. It was a 1-1 draw back in January 2023. The odds here, 11-5 of the victory, that's for the host, 23-10 the draw, 5-4 is your away win on this one. 0-0 on this one, point apiece, and of course Salernitana drawing yet again. And then finally, I believe, Verona up against Bologna. Also on Monday, September the 18th, played 28 times since 1986, 6 wins for Verona, 50 wins for Bologna, and 7 draws, of course. Verona, 4-1 win, their biggest, 27 goals scored in those 28 games, 0.96 goals a game ratio. Bologna, though, their biggest win, 6-1 win, 44 goals scored in 28 games, 1.57 goals game ratio. They're on 50% form for them at the moment, 1-2 lost 2 and drawn 2 up against Verona, 50% form for them, 1-3 and lost 3 heading into this. Verona, last round, 2-1 win for them at their place back in April 2023. The odds, though, for this, 50-8 is your host, 23-10 is the draw, 7-5 is your away win. Another tight one to call. Going to go with a 1-0 win for Verona on this one. And that, my friends, I believe, completes the pack right here, right now. That's, of course, my picks. I cannot show you what the table will look like because we are recording this ahead of time, and I think that's the link. Whoa, no, it's not. Ignore what it says at the bottom there. You know what it is. The link should be down below for the Super Brew. But anyway, get involved, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. Of course, we'll be back to normality next time around. But until then, guys, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. I'll see you soon. We're on the road.